geyser on the dyno here, unlike somebody we know. Well, that ain't driving home. All right, got another one on the dyno here. You guys will see there's a video before this for this car where I was doing the fuel system install, and now we're getting ready to do the dyno tune. So today's the day to see if all our hard work is paid off. So I'm gonna take you guys over here to the car, show you a little bit about it. So this is a 17, right?
Yeah.
17 STI. It has my stage 4 motor in it, closed deck. Was this one 1/2 inch studs? I don't remember.
1/2 inch or 14 millimeters.
So it's 1/2 inch, yeah. So 1/2 inch head studs. It's got, you know, all the good stuff on here. You got rotated 6466 turbo kit, 2150 injectors from FIC as always. FIC always got my back, does us good. And ETS front mount intercooler kit. Now has the Radium double pumper 450 in-tank setup with custom lines that I just did yesterday, and regulator, rails, everything. So this car is set up to make really good power. His goals are pretty up there. He's wanting 700s, but we're gonna see how things go, because she wasn't quite built to make that much. So you guys know how it goes. You've seen this before where we build it to do one thing and then goals slightly shift. So we're gonna get it up there. We're definitely gonna get in the 600 range. I'm gonna see how the car feels and what it's telling me, and then we'll give him the choice to keep going or not. So, all right, well, we're gonna get this thing started, and I'm gonna start loading the map on there, get it dialed in. We will be doing flex fuel on this today. It has a Cobb flex fuel kit with the pressure sensor on it for fuel pressure differential, which is awesome. So we're gonna set all that up. We're gonna do pump gas in E85, so we're gonna see what it can do. So here we go. We got her on pump gas pretty good. We just started picking up a trace of knock, so we're really close to where it wants to be on pump. We're at about 28 PSI. Timing is pretty conservative for pump gas, but it's making great numbers. Did 464 to the wheels at 28 pounds. Not really pushing the car, you know, past where it wants to go. I could probably try to squeeze more power out of it, but we're really gonna have to lean on it hard. He's not really interested in doing that. He wants to have his fun on ethanol with the good fuel anyways. So 464, 440 torque, that's pretty awesome on pump gas, honestly. But yeah, everything's working great. The new fuel system I put in is working absolutely perfect. No issues whatsoever. So everything's working good. We're gonna go ahead and drain the tank because I do need to get as much of the pump gas out as possible for my reference point when I go to E85. I wanna get as close to 85% as I can so that then when the flex fuel does its job, it has a full range and it's been tuned all the way from the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain the tank. We're gonna put the good stuff in and then we're gonna turn it up. Well, we got Art over here working on the truck while we're doing some tuning. And we have Hannah over here on the E85 station pumping the E85 from Thunderbolt into the jugs for us. Thank you, baby. Here's a coat for you. It's a little chilly today. So something we're getting done in the truck is we got master welder here, Josh. Nice. So he's taking this exhaust. The last trip out on the truck after we did the lift kit, we actually had the entire exhaust fall off the truck when we were on some gnarly off-roads because it had all slip joints on it. And all these exhausts from MBRP for these trucks are all slip joints, which is, I hate it. So what he's doing is he's coming in here and he's actually welding V-bands on the exhaust. So we're gonna have a V-band there and one in the back so we can take the exhaust off when we need to service the truck, but everything else is getting welded. Look at that, freaking awesome. Used pipe, and he was still able to weld like that with carbon all up in the pipe from being run. So he's doing his thing over here and we're switching the fuel over there. So now I just got to drain all this pump gas out and we'll be ready for the good stuff.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah?
Everybody wondering why it's not making 600?
Yeah.
I'm actually just working on smoothing the curve out. If you look at the last pole, the graph, you see the graph is much smoother. So I literally went through and smoothed it out. I had a couple of little things I need to adjust. Now on this next pole, I'm going to try to get it over 600. So now that it's all smooth.
Awesome.
All right, now we get to play the game. Dyno or no dyno with the owner of the car here. So we're making 610 horsepower, which is what the motor's rated for, what it was built for. Now, the question is, does he want to keep going and push it further or not? So it's up to you, sir.
So is the engine safe enough, do you think, to go a little further?
You know how it is. I can only guarantee it to a certain point. Past this, it's all on you.
Right.
Basically, the only thing I'd really be worried about is the gasket. That's what basically the gasket setup and the way the insert closed deck thickness and all that. This is what I know they can handle, like what we've proven they can handle for a long time.
Right.
Beyond this, you start to compromise those parts. So it's your call. It might not, but
I think you're going to have fun how it is.
I know for sure. Yeah, coming from a stage 2 at 292 horsepower, I think I'll have more than enough fun for now.
I mean, it's going to be a little bit faster than you're used to. I mean, just a smidge, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And yeah, this little hiccup here on the graph, don't worry guys, that's me. I actually lifted the throttle a little bit early towards the end of the pole, but it's nice and smooth, carries all the way out, and the car's running great. Fuel system's amazing. I have nothing bad to say about it. I mean, it did everything I asked it to do.
Yeah, let's just cut the day short then.
All right, well, you guys heard it, so
keep it safe.
Safe than sorry.
Fast enough, he told me to stop, so he might come back later if he gets bored with it, but I don't think he's going to get bored with, with over 600 horsepower. I can tell you, even I don't get bored with that much power in the Forester. I rarely run that map on my car anyways, because 500 is more than enough for the street. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. He's happy. I'm happy. The car's still together. I think everybody's happy. So it's always good when we don't have a waterfall or a geyser on the dyno here, unlike somebody we know. Bader. Excuse me. So we're taking a little first reaction video with the customer on the car here. I haven't really done this with you guys a lot, so we'll go left up here, and then as soon as you go left, you can go ahead and get on it. Let's see what his reaction is to the new setup, new power.
So this road?
Yep.
Let's try it out.
Tipping into it.
Dude, I was only going like 6K. It was the 8.
A little bit faster than it used to be.
Wow, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So we're gonna come down through this light, and after this light, it'll be pretty open. So we'll get a nice little straightaway coming up here. That might be a cop right there. Yeah, we'll wait till we get around the corner. Nothing to see here. Do. Yep. All right, whenever you're ready. All right. that give you a little bit of your old street bike feeling?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You can definitely feel the wheel, or the wheels lift up.
Yep, you can feel it crab walking a little bit, kind of all over the road.
Wheel, yeah.
Yeah, definitely 2 hands on the wheel now. Look at that pull. Hey, it just pulls.
Man,
Sits you down in the seat.
that's crazy. I know, like, I'm used to sitting straight up, so I'm like, and then it just fucking pushes
Sinks you back in the seat,
yeah.
huh? So what do you think?
I love it.
You like it? Is it enough power?
Oh yeah.
This is just a street map. We have a track map that's even more raw than this. So I suggest you get used to this one first, because the other one's pretty savage.
Oh yeah.
This one's got a little bit of forgiveness to it. Drive smooth, you like it?
Yeah, especially on E85, super smooth.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you're going to get addicted to the way E85 drives, because these cars just love it. It just drives so smooth. The injectors are a lot happier because the duty cycle's a lot higher all the time.
Yeah.
Because these injectors get kind of cranky on pump gas at very low pulse width because they're so big. So once you put them on E85, you're running basically 30%, more flow out of them all the time, so they flow a lot more linear. So. All right.
Horsepower is a calculation.
So we got one thing he asked me. Go
Yeah.
ahead and ask me again.
Well, there's people are hating on a Dyno Jet versus
Mustang Dyno
Mustang Dyno.
versus
So which
Dyno
one?
versus...
Like, what number's accurate or whatever? Like,
So this is the deal. Every dyno is accurate to what it's designed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So these machines are extremely accurate at repeatable results.
Right.
They are a tool for tuning. They are not a tool for bragging rights. That's not what a dyno is designed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all using it for bragging rights now because everybody wants to know how much power does a car make? How much power does it make?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, the numbers this thing spits out don't mean anything in the real world. What matters is when the car goes to the track, what the trap speed is at the end of the quarter mile. That's how you know how much power the car's truly putting down. Mm-hmm. Now, we use these tools to get us in the general direction of where we think, from experience, the car should be for the boost numbers, the timing being used. I've put thousands and thousands of miles on this dyno right here, and I know exactly what every car is going to do on it, and it's dead accurate. I took my car, for example, 20,000 miles later, I put my car back on the dyno. It made within 2 horsepower what it made when I first dynoed it. These things are very accurate. Now, Dyno Jet versus Mustang. The way these dynos were designed, if you buy a Mustang dyno from the factory and you do not mess with the calibration at all, you literally run it as shipped, is exactly what we do here. I pride myself on that because I have not changed this calibration from the day this dyno was bought to right now. I can verify that through the file for the date stamps, but if you do that and you dyno a Subaru all-wheel drive car here and you take it to a Dyno Jet and you dyno it on the exact same day, which we've done this in the past, there is a 13% difference in the numbers that the 2 dynos will spit out. So what we've done here on this dyno, I have not modified the calibration to make this happen. All I've done is add a channel to the dyno, a math channel, because it's just math. So all it does is take that 609 number and times it by 13%, and it shows us both numbers on the screen for reference. Doesn't change the way it reads, just shows a different number. So if you take your calculator, you can do the same thing. So from what we found out from our experience, 13%. That's what it is. It's not that one's more accurate than the other, it's just a number.
and just to verify, I was just asking for a friend.
Yeah, that's fine. I get this question a lot.
Oh, sure.
And 13% is the number that I'm personally comfortable with.
Yeah.
We've seen higher percentages on like dyno comms and everything. I've seen as high as 18 to 20% on those dynos. But the Dyno Jet and the Mustang are the 2 biggest dynos in the industry. Those are the 2 ones you're going to find anywhere you go in the country. So You know, dyno jets, people like those because they're very accurate as well. And typically they give you kind of the number that you want. I mean, really, 13% more feels good, right?
But 18%.
But 18%, see, that's the thing. It's all what's making people happy. Everybody sees that big number and their eyes light up, and they go on the internet and they just start bragging. They're like, "Oh yeah, my car makes this much power." Personally, people ask me all the time what Scarlett makes. I really don't know. All I can tell you is it traps 153 in the quarter mile, and it weighs this much. Because realistically, I dynoed Scarlett here on this dyno. It made 723, was the highest it ever made, at 42 psi. And I took it directly to another dyno, a dyno jet, the local one. I put it on the dyno with the same tune. Car made 814 on that dyno. Literally same exact tune. I took it to the track with that. It trapped about 141, 142. Then I turned it up at the track and got it to 153. So I truly don't know what my car makes now. If I had to guess, I would say 900, but we don't know.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, the dyno is a tool for tuning. The numbers it spits out, they don't really mean anything, honestly.
Not important.
If you want to look at a number that truly means something, look at this number right here. The torque. Torque is a real number that cannot be argued, because that's what dynos do. Dynos don't read horsepower. They read torque. Torque is a real measurement in the universe that we can measure. It's a force. Horsepower is not a force, it's fake. It's made up by humans. All it is RPM over torque over time. That's how you get horsepower. It's math. So you really want to look at numbers, look at the torque. That torque number will be the same on any dyno you go on, as long as the dyno is working right. So there you go. So now we're gonna end the video. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, do whatever you gotta do, leave comments, hate on me, do whatever you want. Till next time, we'll see you later.